Hi everyone, today's project is going to start with this Dollar Tree Valentine's Day sign, and I'm going to go ahead and take the tags off as well as the galvanized heart. You can use whatever sign you may have on hand. I was just going through my stash and saw that I had a few of these signs, so I thought, why not put it to use? I went ahead and did a rough sketch out of the top of a barn. So in the middle section, I made a wide V, and then I angled down from that on either side. Now I'm going to use a straight edge to go over those lines. And it's not going to go all the way through, but it is going to help this little MDF sign break more easily. And because it wasn't a clean break, I'm just going to use regular scissors to clean up the edges. And there we have our barn shape. Using Mod Podge and 4 of these activity pages from this Dollar Tree activity book. It has all 3 of these wood tones in it. You can use the front with the ridges, but I decided to use the back of the sign. And I'm going to apply a generous amount of the Mod Podge. And then whatever was left on my brush, I placed it on the back of the activity page. And as I said before, I'll be using 4 of these pages to cover this entire board. And of course, you want to try to get out as many air bubbles as possible. Turning it over, I did make cuts all around where I'm going to fold it over, and then I cut away the excess paper. And I'll use Mod Podge to seal that in on the back. While that dries, I will take 5 of the large craft sticks from Dollar Tree and cut the rounded edges off so that it's flat on both sides. Then I will paint one side of them with regular white chalk paint. While those dry, I'm going to use the small wood cubes from Dollar Tree to help form the roof of the barn. I would advise using wood glue. I used hot glue just to help expedite this DIY for filming, but of course I would recommend using wood glue, and you could use a combination of wood glue and hot glue. Then I'm going to put a line of hot glue at the bottom and adhere it to the sign. To help the wood pieces adhere, I cut 2 large craft sticks, cutting off the rounded ends as well. And I'm going to put down 2 lines of hot glue. One will touch the wood cubes and the other will touch the sign. And this is just a bit of extra reinforcement. Now that the sticks have dried, I'm going to form a little barn door. Now, to fill in the holes of the barn roof, I will use some lightweight spackle from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to fill in all the gaps, but I do want to leave sort of a rough texture on the roof. I want it to have sort of a old weathered look. And I'm even going to use the spackle to fill in that V gap at the very top. I'm going to set that aside to dry, and while it does, I'm going to take this other home decor piece from Dollar Tree and begin to transform it as well. I wanted to use the back side, but unfortunately they have gone back to using this super sticky, tacky glue for the stickers. So I ended up just using the front. I used pliers to take the love sign off. And I'm basically going to go through the same process that I did with the first sign. Now I want to use the roof from this house form to be the roof of the new decor piece. I will show you how I took that off later on in the video. But for now, I'm just going to use some hot glue to adhere it together. and then more hot glue to add it to the sign. Using some of these Target dollar spot words and shapes, I picked these up last Christmas. I'm going to add them to the front. They do have an adhesive back, which is not very tacky, so I'm going to reinforce that with a dot of hot glue. I'm also using some trim from the Target dollar spot. I tied it into a little shoelace bow and I'm hot gluing that onto the wreath. And that's what it should look like. After the spackle has dried, using burnt umber, I'm going to paint the entire roof. And then I'm going to hot glue the barn door right into the center. This is an ornament that I got from the Target dollar spot last Christmas, and I'm going to use it as a wreath for the barn. I'm just going to cut off the string, hot glue the ornament on, and this does have a red glitter detail around the edges, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I use some of the buffalo check ribbon from Dollar Tree to tie a little shoelace bow, and I will hot glue that to the wreath to cover the hole where the string for the ornament was. To give it a snowy effect, I'm going to take this Sharpie paint pen. I'm going to bounce it all over the picture to create a snowfall effect. This is how the first little sign turned out. I added the snowfall also to the roof, and now I will add snowfall effect to this large sign using puffy 3D paint. I also picked this up from Dollar Tree. This is a fabric paint, but it works well on this surface. You just need to give it enough time to dry, and I did let these dry overnight. While that dries, I decided to use a second little sign from Dollar Tree and transform it in the same way as I did the first one. Now this is one of the forms that I took the roof from, and the first thing you want to do is to push the back out And guys, this one did something completely different than the first one. The first one that I used, it broke perfectly. This one, when I squeezed the sides in like that, the two pieces at the top just flew off. I tried to do it in slow motion, but it happened so fast that even when I slowed it down to slow motion, the camera couldn't even pick it up. But I did go and get them from off the floor when they flew across the room. So you may want to add some eye protection to your stash when you're making this project. I don't want anyone to get hurt. And I painted the roof in the same burnt umber paint and used more of the wood decor from Target Dollar Spot to decorate the front. And here we have our snowy Christmas barn scene.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
If you wanted to, you can also add the barn doors to the smaller sign, but I really wanted to make the large sign the centerpiece. But you could easily use the smaller craft sticks from Dollar Tree to make barn doors for the smaller signs. But I'm so happy with the way this turned out. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know how you think this project turned out. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. I'll see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.